Wavy hair routines can get pretty expensive pretty quickly. And the truth is that some products are worth spending more on, but others really aren't. Today, I want to help you work out where to spend, where to save, talk about some budget-friendly alternatives that still deliver incredible results, and also just how to get a little bit more value out of the products you already own. And I want to start off with shampoo because I feel like that's a place where most of us can save some money without sacrificing results. Shampoo is there to cleanse your roots and scalp, but it doesn't actually stay on your hair for very long. And there are some amazing shampoos that you can get hold of really easily at drugstore and high street prices. So if you are trying to save money, I think this is definitely a good place to start. The first swap I would consider is ask yourself, do you really need a dedicated clarifying or detox shampoo? Or would a simple sulfate formula shampoo do the job? Sulfates are stronger cleansing agents. So if your hair is feeling weighed down, coated, your products seem to have stopped working like they normally do, a sulfate formula shampoo can give your roots and scalp a really good reset without you needing to spend £25 to £30 on a clarifying or detox shampoo. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this. If your hair is on the really fragile side, if your scalp gets dry or irritated easily, or perhaps if you're dealing with things like hard water, chemical and mineral buildup, then yes, you may need to invest in a more specialist shampoo. But for me personally, now my hair is so much healthier, I have decided to no longer spend £26 on Way's hair detox, as much as I love it. Instead, I'm opting to use a sulfate formula shampoo occasionally, or great budget-friendly alternative, OGX apple cider vinegar. A few of my favourite budget-friendly shampoos that deliver great results would include OGX Hylauronic and Vitamin B5 shampoo. Very gentle, super hydrating, great for dry hair. Sukin's hydrating shampoo, that one is probably going to be even better if your hair's on the more fragile, damaged, colour treated side. Rhyme and Reason Wave Revival. Now, I'm not sure if you can get this in America and Canada, but don't worry, I've got an alternative coming up for you. But it's the one in the pink packaging. Again, it's just so gentle, really effective cleanser, but won't leave your hair feeling stripped. And then finally, if you can't get hold of that one, V&CO Wavy Hair Shampoo. Thoroughly cleansed my hair, very hydrating, very gentle. So those are all super budget friendly and deliver amazing results. Then a couple of tips that I'm sorry if you think, oh, you're being really basic, but I just thought they'd be a good reminder. First is washing frequency. I know, this seems really obvious, but if you can stretch one more day before having to wash your hair, without, of course, your scalp getting itchy or irritated or your hair just feeling horrible, you're not just going to save on shampoo, you're going to save on every single product that you use in your wash routine. And then second is to shop around. I love Pureology's Strength Cure shampoo and conditioner. And sadly, I have yet to find a budget-friendly alternative that delivers the same impact. But prices range massively. Today, for example, I had a quick look and the set was available through Amazon for 32% off. That's a massive saving. The other thing you can use is discount or affiliate codes, or just wait for deal days and stock up. I quite often do that. I'll include any affiliate discounts that I've got in the description box. Now, let's talk bond repair. This is a category where I do think it's worth spending a little bit more. But how much and which product you invest in slightly depends on the damage that you're dealing with. So I like to think of it as a sliding scale. On one end, you have severely damaged hair. Perhaps lots of bleaching, heat styling, colour treatments. It feels rough, straw-like, you have split ends, all those funny little balls on the ends of your hair. And then at the other end of the scale, it's more just like everyday wear and tear. Brushing, friction, UV, weather exposure, or just general changes that hair goes through thanks to hormones and the aging process. If you sit at the severely damaged end of the scale, I do really think it is worth investing in something like K18. It is expensive, but when my hair was at its most damaged, it really was K18 that helped to drastically improve the quality and manageability of my hair. but I completely appreciate that K18 is not a realistic level of spend for everybody. And if that is the case, I do think that the Redken product would be a great, more budget-friendly alternative. And if you're in the States or Canada, then you have the option of an even more budget-friendly product, and that's Garnier's hair filler. As you move further towards the everyday wear and tear end of the scale, that's when I think you can start to spend less and also reduce how often you're using bond repair products. So if perhaps your hair is occasionally colour treated, or you do the odd bit of heat styling, but you don't have severe damage, you probably don't need to be using the most expensive bond repair product every single week. One quick tip to get the most value for money from your bond repair product is to take the time to use it post shampoo. If you want to get maximum value, it does make sense to me to apply that product to freshly washed hair that's not covered in styling products, serums, dry shampoo, or whatever it is you use between wash days. Next, let's talk treatment products. This is a category where I really don't think you need to spend a fortune to get incredible results. The key for me is more about choosing the right treatment product for your hair needs. So if your hair is feeling limp, it's lacking structure and manageability, perhaps it's got that kind of like weird gummy candy floss like texture, a protein treatment can really help restore elasticity and manageability for your hair. I have 3 budget-friendly firm favourites, and I'm going to start with the cheapest, which is Ziaja's Goat Milk Hair Mask. This is around £6 for 200ml. It's a very lightweight formula that I will often use as a conditioner, but can also be used as a more intensive treatment mask. The second is Elizavecca's protein treatment. This ranges in price and availability. So at the moment, I seem to be able to buy it on Amazon for about £6. However, it has sometimes not been available, and then it's kind of ranged in price from as little as £4 or £5 from Stylevana. The most I've ever paid for it was about £11.50 through YesStyle. And then finally, the last recommendation may not sound like the cheapest or most budget-friendly product, but for me, it's not always the price point, it's the value you're getting and the results for how much you've spent. So I wanted to mention this one because I think it is incredible and by far the best protein treatment I've ever used, including some much more expensive higher end ones. It's EVO's Mane Attention. At full price, it is £25, but last time I bought it was from allbeauty.com, and I bought 3 because it was like £11.20 or some like random amount. So definitely shop around. If, however, though, your hair is dry, it's getting frizzy, it's feeling super rough or straw-like, then you're probably going to benefit much more from a nourishing deep conditioning treatment. This time I'm going to go in reverse order, so most expensive product first. And again, it may seem like, well, that's not very budget friendly, but the results are so good and last so long that I had to mention it. It's Kingsley's Elasticizer. Now, yes, it is not the cheapest product, but what I actually do, they have a range of different sizes. I buy the 75ml bottle and I get about 6 uses out of it. I would also take the time to apply this before I get into bed, and that way I'm getting the most out of that product. So for me, it's not budget because it's cheap, it's budget because it's going to last a long time and the results are so amazing. However, if you do want to spend less, a great option would be Tsubaki's Repair Mask. This has a lovely, rich, creamy consistency, meaning that a little goes a long way. I usually buy that one from Amazon and it's about £10. And then finally, an even cheaper option, if you find it on deal, which I always do, is Pantene's Molecular Repair Bond Repair Mask. I think that's what it's called. This one is £10 at full price, but I have bought it for as little as about, I think, £4. The brands say that it's actually helping repair at a more molecular level, so not just smoothing and sealing cuticles, but actually helping repair the internal structure of our hair. It always just leaves my hair feeling glossy and healthy, and it is really budget friendly. And that brings me on to conditioners, because I don't have a separate category for this. And that's partly because some of the shampoos that I mentioned earlier on, the conditioners that go with them are also really effective. But most of the time, to save money on conditioners, I would buy a treatment mask that I can double up and use as a conditioner. So taking Pantene, for example, I would apply that after I've shampooed, clip my hair up for a couple of minutes as I wash, and then fully rinse. And it's got that slightly more intensive quality to it, which gives my dry, frizz-prone hair the hydration it needs without having to step out the shower and leave it on for 20 minutes. So yeah, find a treatment mask that can double up as a conditioner. So my final tip to get more value from your treatment products is to use them with heat. My personal favourite is to apply my hat steamer. And yes, that does mean another product that you would have to buy, but you're only going to need to invest in it once, and it really does supercharge treatment results. I bought mine and it was around £15. I checked prices today and they are more like 18 to 25. So if it is something that you know you're not going to regularly use because you just don't have the time to sit there for 20 to 30 minutes, I really wouldn't bother. It'll just gather dust on your cupboard shelf. But if you want to get that extra supercharge, then I really highly recommend it. However, there is a budget-friendly alternative. It's a bit more faffy, but what you could do is put on a shower cap after you've applied your treatment product, and then take a heated towel and wrap it around your head. The only difference is the hat steamer is going to maintain its heat level, whereas the towel's probably going to get pretty cool after about a good 5 to 10 minutes. Next category is leave-in conditioners. And this is another place in a routine where I think it may be worth investing that little bit more, but it does slightly depend on your hair. There are definitely some great budget-friendly leave-ins, and I will share a few of my favourites in a minute. But for someone with wavy hair that is on the dry side and frizz-prone, and is also experiencing lots of changes with age and hormones, but can also find that it gets easily weighed down with the wrong product, talk about high-maintenance hair, I do find that a really well-formulated leave-in conditioner will make a massive difference. For me, products like Olaplex No5 Moisturiser Mend or Bumble and Bumble's Inviisible Oil Primer are so worth the money. They are multi-purpose products. They help with softness and slip detangling. They help to control frizz. They provide heat and UV protection. Just deliver that lovely, smooth, shiny finish without leaving my hair limp or lifeless or weighed down. And because they're so well formulated, I find I only need a relatively small amount, so they do last me a long time. However, if your hair is much more easygoing than mine, you probably don't need to invest quite so much in this category. And if your budget won't stretch to some of those more expensive options, I don't think you could go wrong with some of these instead. Firstly, if you like a cream texture like Olaplex, you could try Moo Goo's Protein Leave-In Shot. This is a beautiful, lightweight product, so although it is a cream, it won't weigh down your hair. Alternatively, if your hair's more on the damaged and frizz-prone side, I really love L'Oreal's Repair Cream. I bought one on Latino and the packaging is slightly different, so I will try and link a couple of options depending on whether you are in the US or the UK and the EU. However, if you prefer like a lightweight spray or mist, there are loads and loads of options available. But a couple that I really rate would be Revlon's 10-in-1. That's got a long list of benefits like Bumble and Bumbles. Or if you're looking for that protein shot in a spray, Not Your Mother's Curl Talk. Now, in terms of how to get most value for money from your leave-in conditioner, if your hair is on the dry side, I would recommend sealing that hydration into your hair by adding an oil. If you'd like a little bit more detail on that technique, I'll link a video above because I've got a routine which shows it kind of step by step. Next, let's talk stylers. This is a category where I don't have loads of budget-friendly products to recommend, but you definitely can still save money in this part of your routine. The saving comes from simplifying. A lot of wavy hair routines that you see are watered down versions of the curly hair method. So what you end up with is having to buy a curl cream, a foam or a mousse, a gel, and then some kind of serum or oil to scrunch out the crunch. And suddenly, even if each individual product is affordable, say £10, you've spent 40 quid on just stylers. So instead, my approach is to use a single styler that does several jobs. For example, JVN's Air Dry Cream. At full price, that is £24. However, it is a hybrid product that's kind of like a curl cream, a gel, and a serum all in one. It gives me some lovely definition, it helps to tame some frizz, and it just still leaves my hair feeling soft and not weighed down. And it is actually what I used on my hair today. The same goes for probably my all-time favourite single styler, which is EVO's Liquid Rollers Curl Balm. You can use it on wet hair, damp hair, dry hair. It will tame frizz, it will give your waves lovely definition, it won't weigh them down. I just think that product is absolutely beautiful. But again, it's around the £24 mark. And then finally, Bumble and Bumbles Don't Blow It for fine hair. This one I think is particularly good if you have hair that is very easily weighed down. It's on the fine or thin side. But at £30, it's also the more expensive option. So with stylers, I don't think about it as price per product. I just kind of reframe it as price spent on that part of the routine. 3 or 4 cheaper products at £10 versus one single styler around the £25 mark. And finally, oils. To save money, what I would do is find one single oil that can do everything that you would want to use an oil for. Something that you could apply pre-wash to help protect your mid-lengths and ends, something that you could use to tame frizz, use before a bouncy blow dry, or use on dry hair as that lovely finishing product. And my recommendation to do all of those things would be L'Oreal's Extraordinary Oil. It's affordable, it's easy to find, and you can use it in every part of your routine. So overall, this hasn't been about buying the cheapest products. It's just knowing where your money will make the biggest difference in your hair care routine. If you've enjoyed this video, I think you might like to watch this one next. Thanks as always for being here. Take care, have a lovely day. I'll see you next time. Bye.